Here at University Arts for putting on a brilliant event, and for everyone else who has performed before me. I'm not a performer, I'm like a political person, and that's what I'm going to talk about, just a bit of politics, but I want to do it in an engaging way. And just hearing from what Kai said about having discussions with people outside the event, it's such a shame actually they've left, because these events actually expand minds, and from the sound of it, their minds need a bit of expanding, and an introduction to something good, and to actually learn about what racism is all about and what we should do to fight it. So I wanted to start up with a quote about why it's important we're all here, why we're all students, and it's from my man Malcolm X, who said, "Education is our passport to the future, because tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today." So I think we should all keep that in our minds. Going for education, getting that degree is really, really important and does change society. So I was the former Black Students Officer, and one of the things that we did was create a poster. I think there's some that are around campuses, and they're called Because, and on it is a poem, if you will, loads of words, and I'm going to try and read them out. I am not as good as anyone who's come up here before. I'm not a spoken word person, but I'm going to give it a go. So wish me luck. I'm just from Essex. I've got a hope and a dream that people will like what I'm about to say. So it's called Because. Because all black people are N-words, and if we're not, we're P-words, or half-caste, or mongrels, excluded from school as children, and undermarked in college as students, then unemployed as graduates, although everyone knows that if we do have a job, it's to fill quotas, and if we don't, we're state scroungers, and because we're the first to be sacked, and the last to be promoted, and because we're underrepresented in Parliament, yet overrepresented in prisons and psychiatric wards. And if we complain, we're militants, playing the race card. And if we don't, it's our slave mentality. And when we demand equality, we really mean special treatment. And if we wear traditional clothes or have beards, we're backwards. Or if we wear a headscarf, we're oppressed. And if we wear hoodies, we're a threat. And if we don't, we're trying to be white. And if we interracially marry, we're muddying the genes. And if we don't, it's because we've been forced by our families. And if our friends are black, we're self-segregating. And if they're not, we're self-hating. And if we're housed near other minorities, it's a ghetto or Little India. And if we're not, we're spoiling the character or taking over. And if we're attacked, it must be an ethnic problem or community tension caused by us for just being there. And if we're not, we must be doing the attacking, because we're over-policed as citizens, but under-policed as victims, and because we're all muggers, drug dealers, addicts, or terrorists anyway, and because we should all go back to where we came from, even if we've never been there, and take our multiculturalism with us, but leave our food, our music, for lots and lots of other reasons. We're a part of the NUS Black Students Campaign. So those are just a few things that I hope stay in your mind, and why we need to continue organising as black communities, to continue to fight against injustices that we continue to see in education, like Mustafa talked about, like against institutional racism, the racism that's killed Eric Garner, Trayvon Martin, Mark Duggan, countless people. We have to make a difference, and black people can make a difference. You know, when Rosa Parks sat down, when Palestinians continue to resist, you know, when people smashed apartheid, we have a very long way to go, but we've come a long way so far. And as Mandela said, it always seems impossible until it's done. So keep on going, and thank you very much for this event.